Hi guys, I had to redo the intro for this one. You're about to see the first part of a huge haul that started off being an Ollie's haul. Part 1 is the other retail locations that I went to when I was going to Ollie's, as it says in the title card, which you will also hear me say when the new video starts. But sit back and relax, watch part 1, and then head over and see all the deals I found at the Ollie's locations that I visited. Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Very blank space I have here. As you can see by the title card, if you clicked on this video, we are doing another haul, y'all. It's an Ollie's craft hunt, because I feel like a large portion of the craft community is on an Ollie's craft hunt. There is stuff in this haul from 3 different Ollie's locations that I went to, and 2 Hobby Lobby locations, a Michael's location, might be 3 Hobby Lobby locations. Anyway, well, it seems like every place I find in Ollie's, there's a Hobby Lobby not too far away. I did go to my Michael's and I found some things on sale, not a lot. And on my way to one of the sites, there's this antique barn that I have been wanting to go in, but I haven't. So I stopped in. It was okay. I got a couple of things, but not a lot. And I'll show you those. But for the most part, guys, get ready. I found some really cool stuff. And the Ollie's stuff is different depending on the location you go to. And they are continually getting stuff. This does seem to be from the Joann Fabrics bankruptcy, so they're continuing to get stuff as these warehouses empty out. So I think you can call. I know one of the ladies at one of the Ollie's that I went to said that people call and ask about their craft stuff. But enough of me yammering. The first thing I did, let's get this set up. Ooh, I know. The first thing I did was go to Hobby Lobby and get myself a new craft mat. Oh, it's just too wide. Well, for the middle up here. It's just too wide. I don't want to have to cut one again, but I might have to cut one again. Anyway, Hobby Lobby was having a sale. You can see it. See it right there? Hobby Lobby was having a Fiskars sale. And that's the only time I'll buy this big mat, because this big mat is a little pricey. So if they're not having the 40% off on Fiskars products, I don't buy this, a replacement version of this big mat. But I wanted something that would cover my whole space. And this is a 36-inch space, but I get the feeling that because this is 36 inches plus a border, it's a little bit wide for the space. So we'll see if I can make it work or how I'm going to do this. But down here where I have to craft on it, it's nice and flat. So just when I have to pull this drawer open. Anyway, while I was in Hobby Lobby, maybe we'll do Hobby Lobby first since I started there. See what I can find. Sorry, all my bags are piled up over here next to me, so I'm going to be leaning over there and getting stuff in that direction. Okay, and then I'll drop empty bags on that side. Okay, first of all, you can see here where they're doing the bolt thing again, where I guess the bolt isn't selling. So they get it out and they sell you the whole bolt. Now these bolts are, first of all, the bolt is one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 11 inches wide. Okay, so it's almost a foot going in that direction. And I'm not doing from the feet out here. I'm doing from in here where it wraps. So let me get this out of here. And a lot of times there's a thing on here that says, okay, this was $3.99 per yard. And apparently this started out with 10 yards on the bolt. Now I'm going to assume there's not still 10 yards on the bolt, But at $3.99 a yard, I know there's more than $15 worth of stuff here. All I know is I thought this was great. It's fuzzy and it's already ruffled, and you could just decorate the end of it, like the middle of it, with all kinds of, you could decorate the middle of it. You could put stuff up the middle of it. Gems, you could put ribbon, you could put rickrack, you could put lace, you could put anything you want to put up this center to decorate that to make it fit. And you just cut a piece off and stick it in your book and you've got pre-made ruffle. And I like the way this ruffles. So I found this at one of the Hobby Lobbies. Okay. And then when I was in the other Hobby Lobby, hold on, they had it again. And I think it's so versatile that I bought the second one. I'm trying to see. They're pretty much the same. I'm not even sure the shade is different. But again, it's $3.99, 10 yards. This one was $13.93, so maybe it has a little less on it. Maybe this Hobby Lobby priced it different. The ruffles look slightly smaller to me. I'm not sure if that's true, but they look a little smaller. You know what? Does it look smaller to anybody else? Yeah. So it is different. It's two different sizes. Well, that's good. I like that. Here, I'm going to take this off of here. Also, I'm trying a little bit of a different thing with my overhead lighting. There's actually two bars. There's a bar of light back here, and then there's a bar of light up here in the front. And you can turn them on and off separately. So I just have this back one on. So I'm hoping that there won't be as much glare if I'm showing you something up here in the front that's got wrapping on it. Okay, now, I always love going to the clearance section and finding the bolts. Biggest reason I do it is because I talked to one of the ladies in one of the Hobby Lobbies about their fabrics. And she told me that the trims in the ribbon section on these big bolts like this, the lace trims and the fancy trims, they don't ever go on sale. They don't do a 40% off on those or anything like that. So now granted, that means probably the popular ones that sell really well, you're never going to see in clearance. But if they discontinue something and they want to get rid of it or anything like that, it could come up. I don't remember where the sticker was on this. Oh, right there. So it had been marked down to $2.49 a yard. They covered up the original price. And I think the whole thing, the whole bolt, yeah. Oh, wow, Cindy, just turn it over. Was $9.30. And look, I got a barrette. Check that out. I'm assuming that clips it down. Which I would have expected that to be the end, but it's not. Okay, here's the end. They tucked it in. Okay. So it's that. Isn't that pretty? And again, I feel like, oh, well, that's the top side. Let's see. Is one here upside down? It looks like, maybe. I think that's the finished side. So, yeah. I got that, and I got a similar one in, I think it's the same one, in cream. So they had it in white and in cream. This one was more pricey, but this one is like twice as thick. And again, it had been marked down to $2.49 a yard, and it was now $18.60. Now, some of you might look at that and say, that's still a little pricey, but I know that even at $2.49 a yard, there's more than $18 worth of lace on here. I can tell by feeling it. I can tell by looking at it. And I know that because this is 11, it can only wrap around front, back, front, and maybe a little more to get 1 yard. And you're already at $2.49. And this is wrapped around here a ton. So I know that there is more than $18 worth of lace on there, even at the discount price, which is the only reason I'm willing to go there. And it gives you a ton of lace. I mean, I don't know. What else did I find at Hobby Lobby? The other thing I like is the fabric remnants. So let's see what we got. Some of these I don't even remember buying. It's been a little while, guys. This didn't, this trekking around to all these stores did not happen in a day. But I like it when they mark the remnants down. So this was a $4.71 piece of fabric at full price. And it was marked down to $2.82. So about half off, I guess. It's cute. I like it. Very bandana-ish. So, and it's a good weight. It's not a flimsy fabric, but it's not like a real heavy, like upholstery type fabric either. Okay, so we got that. And then I got this one, which I thought was adorable. I have several little golden books. Because look at that fabric. Okay, very, very childlike. I have a couple of jungle animal little golden books, I think. And I thought this would be adorable. I can make all kinds of things out of this for that book. I can try all kinds of different fabric things. I can maybe make some fabric journal cards. I can, you know, I can go all out, or pockets or something like that to have in the book. And of course the cover and or the spine, because it's a little golden book, so maybe not the cover, but you get the idea. And I just thought they were adorable. Oh, and the price. Okay, so we went down from $8.48 for this piece to $5.09. And this one is, they tell you how much is in here. It's 3.5 yards. This one says it's 44 inches, which is almost 4 feet, a little less than 4 feet. So this one was only like a yard and a little bit, but apparently this one's about 3 yards. So we got that. Okay, then we got this. I like the red stripes. This one was, one of these times I'm going to catch the fabric itself. This one was only $1.34, so this was not an expensive fabric. It's 3/8 of a yard. So, just some, look. It actually goes with that too, because there's red in the background of one of those. And then I found this red gingham. Now this is a very thin fabric. It was $3.41 for this little roll. And it is 22 inches? No, 44 inches. I don't know. I can't decide what they're doing with those. 22 inches long is not quite, is not a yard. So there's not a yard here, I guess. I don't know. I have 23 inches, but sure. All right. So in the fabric department, the Hobby Lobby, well, in one of the Hobby Lobbies. Oh, I got some super glue. Nothing exciting there. That's going to be for doing some acrylic block stuff. Anyway, and then at the time I was in this particular Hobby Lobby, and when I went back to the other two Hobby Lobbies, I had apparently transversed a weekend. So when I was in the first Hobby Lobby, Paper Studio was on sale. You know how they do the everything marked Paper Studio 40% off? It was on sale. So I got some little brads because I don't have a lot of little brads, and I like this size. So I got those. Now, let's see. What else did I get? Oh. All right. In one of the Hobby Lobbies, they had one calendar that was different than the calendars in my Hobby Lobby. So this calendar was not at my Hobby Lobby. I didn't notice this. Now, Hobby Lobby's calendars are all $9.99. These Lang calendars are really nice. The print is really nice. The paper weight is really nice. It's got a texture to it. If you look on here, it gives you a download of 12 images to use as wallpaper on your computer of all these. So you can change out your computer as your seasons change if you are, you know, that diligent about that. I don't know, I might try it. But anyway, I loved these pictures. And it's about friendship. So it would be like a friendship journal. And I think it would be a lot of fun to make. And you know me and these calendar journals, guys. I got bit by the bug. I've got little golden book journals and calendar journals. I love making both of those. So I think I like turning books into journals. But I loved these pictures. And this particular calendar was not at my Hobby Lobby. What I was telling you about the price. I know I kind of got sidetracked. $9.99. These calendars, I saw on one of them that the retail on the actual calendar, which I don't see it on this one, so I don't know. They might make these specifically for Hobby Lobby. There was a thing that said that in the US the calendar was $19.95, or $19.99, $20, but it's $9.99 at Hobby Lobby. So the calendars themselves are always discounted. So if you went to a calendar store and bought these, they would be $20. I just thought I would throw that out there for anybody who likes the idea of making a calendar journal and saw a really pretty calendar at Hobby Lobby that they wanted. $9.99 is actually cheap already. And Hobby Lobby told me they don't usually put their calendars on sale. So I think they usually sell out of them. That's probably why they don't put them on sale. But just so you know, the $9.99 is already half price. Okay, where was I? Okay. In the clearance section, I got some wire ribbon. I have found something to do with this wire ribbon that we're going to do in a video. It's not, it's kind of like making ruffles, but you can pre-fold the ruffle because of the wiring. And I made a couple and I like the way they turned out. So when I saw these for 99 cents, I was like, these would make good ruffles. So I got that plaid and I got this kind of bright stitched green. And I thought these would be really fun to make some pre-folded ruffles out of. Hold on a second. That is what I'm talking about. So I got this wired ribbon. I showed it to you in another haul. There was only a little bit left on the roll. I took the whole thing off. And I basically sat and folded the ribbon and pinched it so that the ruffles stayed in it. And then I ran it through my sewing machine so that they would stay. And it basically gives you this little ruffle. Now, of course, since I've pinched it and folded it, I can't pull the wire out. But if you wanted to, and you were really against having the wire there, you could trim the sides, maybe with pinking shears if you wanted a neat edge, or just trim it up the side to get rid of the wire. That would be up to you. But I like the way these turn out. So, yeah. I just folded the ribbon and then stitched up the middle. One zigzag and the other straight. So, I don't suppose that needs a whole video. Oh, there's more fabric in this one. Okay, I got this. This was 89 cents. This was on my adventure. When I'm filming this, it was yesterday. I thought those were kind of cool. So I've got these single little bling pieces, because I would probably cut this into individual diamonds. So you've got these single little bling pieces, and then you've got these diamonds. And if you're really industrious, no, maybe not. It's connected. I was going to say you could get that middle one out of there. Oh, maybe it's not. It's just threaded through there, and I think it's another one of these. So if you wanted the diamond with no center, or you wanted to put your own center in there, you could get in there and cut those threads and push that diamond out of there, and then you'd have a hollow one. But it was a little chain of them for 89 cents. So and then I found fabric at this one. This is $2.56 was the price, and it is again 22 inches, so not a yard. 2/3 of a yard. It's very simple, so yeah. But I liked it. It's kind of a dark with these little puffy flower stems on it. So got that one. All right. And then this is going to be a big haul, guys. I have a ton of stuff. And wait till we get to the Ollie's stuff. All right. Fiskars. This was in the Fiskars on sale stuff. And it's a paper. It cuts paper. And it curls paper. And they said you can use it for smoothing out tape. I think it's supposed to help you with wrapping. Is what I think it's actually for. But I thought it would be neat to find out about the curling ribbon and curling wrapping and stuff like that. Because if I can curl ribbon and stuff with it, I can make curly cue ribbons on covers and stuff. So I got that. I don't know. I haven't used one, but since it was on sale, I figured I'd give it a shot. If any of you have used one, let me know. If they don't work, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Okay. And some more trims. All right, we got this one. And we got this one. It's all running together. I'm not sure which Hobby Lobby is which, but this was $10.26. This is black lace, guys. And it's a big, wide piece of black lace. So you can tear it and get all kinds of different. Now this was $6.99 a yard. I will guarantee you there is more than $10 worth of lace here. Okay, I'm going to unpin it. Not to mention you get these really cool safety pins in these. I'm going to unpin it, and we're going to take the end out, and we're going to look at it. Yeah? Nice, right? I mean, like I said, it was $10.26. I like it when they, as is per bolt. I always like to find the bolts, the wrapped bolts, because I don't want to see the discount. Oh, this has been marked from $6.99 to $3.99, but that's per yard. I'm not interested. But look at that. And it's a little bit stretchy. So you could use it wide, you could tear it, you could rip it, you could cut it, you could, yeah. So there's another bolt. Should probably pin it so it doesn't. Okay, and then we got this bolt. I think this is the last of the bolts, guys. I think. Pretty sure. There are, when I go into Hobby Lobby, as a rule, I check all the clearances, and this is in the fabric clearance. If you ever want to look for these bolts, they're not in the regular clearance. You have to go into the fabric department, and they have their own clearance area where they will put trims and bolts and sewing findings and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So if you want sewing clearance, you have to go there. But there are certain places I make it a habit of visiting every time I'm in Hobby Lobby. I always visit paper. I always visit like beads and charms. I always visit fabric. Look at that. That's the back. There. Isn't that cool? Okay, so this was $8.96. And let me see if I can find a bolt price. Hold on, I'm going to pin it because I don't want it all coming unraveled. Oops. Okay, bolt price was $3.79 a yard. Again, I can guarantee you there's more than $9 worth of stuff here. So as long as I'm getting more than I know I would get at the yard price, I'm happy. Okay. All right, guys, this might be the last Hobby Lobby bag. When the Paper Studio stuff was on sale, I got a couple of pads. I know. It's not as good as the dollar at Ollie's, but you know. So this is a beach pad. I had one of my viewers from the last Ollie's haul I did request, because I failed to tell you like weights and stuff. So I'm gonna try. It says cardstock on here. It's a lightweight cardstock, so it's not heavy. It's not, it's probably, I'm really bad with the pounds thing. So I probably wouldn't be a good person to tell you what pound this is because they don't mark it on here. So because they don't mark it on here, I don't want to guess. It says cardstock. It's a light cardstock. Okay. So but it's definitely heavier than paper. It looks like you get 3 of each design. I loved the kind of watercolor beach theme pastel. The sand dollars. Love it. It was when the Paper Studio, when I got the Brads, when the Paper Studio stuff was 40% off. So it's just kind of a regular card. There's nothing stands out, nothing's embossed. There's no foils or anything on it. It seems, the designs seem to be watercolor-ish. I love the fluid movement on that page. See how it seems to be like a watercolor or a wash that's been splashed on there in the background. And then this kind of abstract kind of drawing of starfish, or maybe like a stamp. And this is a wood texture in the background with like just a design over top of it. Okay, so that was the beach pad that I got. I really liked it, so I was like, well, since it's on sale, I'll get it. And then I saw this one. Guys, these papers, I loved some of these because they look like something. Okay, so this paper is all collage backgrounds. I love the way these look. Some of them are really, really like out there, and then some of them are very subtle. So let's look through and see what we got. And again, actually, this paper has a little bit of that like fiber texture to it, like it's like a canvas or a cloth. So yeah. I like the fact that some of them are these pastel colors, and this is newspaper print with like postage stuff, and there's flowers, and here's a column and writing, and I mean, it's crazy. And then you got all these ones with bows. I think there's a few with bows. Love this. I mean, look at that. It's gorgeous. It looks like little paper cutouts. There's a whale. And you can see familiar Paper Studio elements. Like that stopwatch is in a ton of, or pocket watch is in a ton of Paper Studio stuff. And these cards, I've seen them in kits that I've gotten before. So it's, you know, Paper Studio stuff that they kind of repeat. Oh, and here's a massive version. So we've got this collage with the blues. And then it's almost like you tear up this white layer and this is in there. But I mean, it's all kind of crazy. It's great. And then here's a light one of greens. I like that. Some of it's sideways. I don't know if that's... And then here we have a collage with the greens. Oh, and then there's a big one with the green. Okay, now we have yellow. I like the way this goes through all the different colors. So depending on what kind of journal or what kind of page you want to pair it with, you've got a variety of different versions of collage type paper with the same colors. I love this pad. There's the yellow one. Lemons and suns and sunfish and butterflies and bananas. I mean, okay, here's this is kind of a neutral. Okay. All kinds of different things in here too. So let's see what they did with this. Oh, and then we moved on to orange. I don't necessarily know that I would. Maybe if you lighten orange up enough, this is what it becomes. So here's what we have for orange. Orange is one of those very vibrant. I love the fox. Very cool. Very cool. Love it, love it. Okay, and then the big orange collage. Look at that. I mean, how fun are they? It's one of those things where I get a pad like this and I'm like, I should go back and get a second one the next time Paper Studio stuff is on sale, if they have it there. That one and this one. I like these a lot. And I'll be sad when I'm out of the paper. This stuff, these crazy collages with all the bright colors and everything, this also makes me think of all the kids' books that I want to turn into journals. This paper would go great. Here's another one with bows. I wonder if we're getting into we're getting into the red collage. Okay, look at that lobster. Truck full of roses, cherries, jam. I mean, and of course roses. I mean, you can't do red without roses, right? Okay, now we have pink. I like the lips. It's like a whole corner of lipstick marks over here. Okay. Oh, and then we have some purple bows. It's on top of the pink, because here's those lipstick marks again. So it's purple bows on top of a version of that. Okay, and here's pink collage. Love it. All of your dreams will come true. Today is a good day for a good day. When inspirational quotes are lazy. I find that funny. I like it. It's simple. Okay, I know. I just was holding that while you looked at the same page 3 times. I got it. Okay, moving right along. So that was all my Hobby Lobby finds. My Michaels finds. So when I went into Michaels, okay, they're having their spring floral sale. So I went in and I found these. These were $1.99, 70% off. I mean, and it looks like I'm going to get 2 flowers out of it when I take them apart. Like 2, when I take the center off of here, I'm going to get 2 cloth flowers out of each one of these. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 flowers on every bunch. So that's 20 cloth flowers. And I got 4 of them. So 80 pink cloth flowers for 2, 4, 6, 8, 70% off, $8. That's fun. I like it. Okay, and then I went into the clearance section. I don't know. You know what I didn't do and I should have done? Was I should have gone over and priced this to see what it is. Well, no, it's right there. Was $7.99. So these were marked down to $2. It's acrylic paint with glitter in it. And they had some other colors, but these were relatively neutral-ish. This one's gold with green and silver. So green isn't necessarily neutral, but I feel like green pairs with a lot more than other things because we're used to seeing green in nature with so many different colors. These ones were more neutral. This one's all silver, and this one is like rose gold and silver. No, rose gold and gold. I don't know if there's any silver flecks in there or not. And it's all different. It's that mixed size glitter. And it says it's in paint. It's not glue. So I get the feeling it's some sort of a clear drying acrylic paint. Like one of those top coat type spreads, but they mixed glitter into it. And these were $2 each. So I got 3. 3 colors that I thought I would like. Okay, and the other thing I got was, you know how Recollections now is doing... I got more paper pads, guys. What I keep forgetting to do with paper pads is cut the stickers before I bring them on here. So give me just a second and I'll be right back with you. Okay. Maybe one of you who shops at Michael's more often can tell me. They've started doing this thing on their paper pads aisle where you've still got the ones in there that are $19.99. I didn't look at how many sheets are in the $19.99 pads. So I don't know what these ones on the end cap are for, but they're always $5. They have an end cap where they do $4.99 for all the pads on the end cap, whatever you can find. Okay, so I thought that was a decent price. And so I went and I looked through what they had. I was looking for specific stuff. They had one there that I was on the fence about, and then this one that I was kind of on the fence about. But there were several of these papers that I like, and several of these papers that I'm they're not great. It is cardstock. It's a light cardstock. It is not, however, marked on here the weight. They don't seem to do that on scrapbook paper pads. They do not give you a paper weight. But I can tell you that it is a lightweight cardstock. These are $4.99 a piece, and they're usually on an end cap. At least at my Michael's, they're on an end cap. This seems to have some sort of shiny embossing something on it. There were a lot of these papers that I like, and a lot of these papers that I didn't. So, like, this one's like a photograph. I don't mind it. I could probably use most of it. I may cover her up. I don't know. It would depend on what I was using it for. There are only 2 of each design. This, I'm trying to decide if this is heavier than the... This might be like... This feels a little heavier than the Paper Studio cardstock. This feels a little heavier. And you have your, your usual cut-aparts with... This one's strips. Well, I guess you can see that, but I like that page. I mean, it's got some fun to it. That's really cool. I like that with the row of surfboards. I don't know what I would use it for, but I'm on the fence about this page. It's got that shiny embossing on it. Can you see that? So I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I guess it would depend if I had the right journal to use it in. I like this. I like these small botanical background type papers. This one I don't, this is one of those ones that I personally would probably do one of those cover up the scrapbook paper that you would never use kind of a deal. That's probably what I would do with this one. This is actually very neutral. You could use it with all, I mean, if you didn't know this was in a beach book, that could be anything. So I like that sheet. And then of course we have the card cut aparts. Like that one, that can be used. I can use that. This one again, I'm on the fence about. It's okay. This would probably be another one of those ones that I like put a bunch of paint on top of, splatter dyed it, did all kinds of stuff, put stamping on it, and see what I could get out of it. That would probably be what I would do with that. I like that one. These I would almost use as cut aparts. I don't know if that's what they're intended to be, but that's what I would probably use them as. I would probably cut them out and use them as designs on pages. The hard part would be some of these ones that have like the rough edge, because you can't ever cut to make a edge stay looking rough. There's another one of those sand type pages. I mean, literally that looks like to me that looks like one of those stucco houses, and then you came along and like brushed a darker paint over the raised areas of the stucco wall. Anybody know what I'm talking about? That's pretty. I like that one. Palm trees. I like that one. There's the leaves in green. We had that in pink. That looks like a whirlpool. Oh, no, that's a wave. Sorry. It's the angle I'm sitting at. It's sideways for me. So that's a wave. That's the inside of a curl of a wave. Okay, I got it now. Here's some more cut aparts. I'm also I've gotten to be where I'm on the fence about these 6x6 cut aparts. Just because it's a little harder to fit these in the books that I make, because my books are generally 6 inches wide. So when I take this and I try to put it in there, it's the whole page width-wise. So this was a page I was on the fence about, but I kind of like the contrast of the green against the pink wood. I don't know what I would do with it, but if something came up that I could use this for, I would. There's a bigger version of the leaves, but in green. And this is just some whitewashed wood, like that. And then the water. This looks like it's supposed to be churning ocean water. And then they embossed that shiny stuff on it. See if I can get it to... There you go. Catch light. Okay, so that's that one. This one I really liked. So again, it's a little bit heavier than the Paper Studio that you get at Hobby Lobby. So whitewash wood with stars. This has foil. Kind of a gold, coppery color. So I got a drawback to my light. There you go. Okay. I'm trying to make it so you can see it. Basket weave, I like that. That is really bright red. Not gonna lie, that's bright red wood. Love polka dots. I love the idea of taking some of the polka dots and making them little life preservers. That's cute. Okay, so we have our cut aparts here. I like the idea of all the different sizes. So you've got all different sizes and kinds of cut aparts on this one. I have another pad that did this that I really liked it in. So, and then here's rope. These pages are also hard for me to use unless I'm going to put them in a, you know what this would be really good in? Because a lot of my calendars start off as 12 by 13 or 12 by 12. This would be good as a page in a calendar journal because you could keep this and I could trim around the frame of the rope to get any, to lose any inches that I needed to. These would be good in a calendar journal. Nautical flags. I know nothing about flag symbology. Blue gingham, like that. Okay, and here's some strips. Again, they have the foil. Some nice linen stripe. Red and white stripe. I like the red and white stripe. I don't know what it is about that. I just like the red and white stripe. Again, foil. Just little silhouettes of shells. That's a pretty tile pattern. I like the lobsters. This is very, I don't know, New England. Okay, here's some of the 6x6. It's not that I don't like these cards. It's just size-wise, they're hard for me to use. I'm wondering if they would be good to include on like a cover or something. That's a thought. Because usually the cover is a little bit bigger than the page is. And if I'm using 12 by 12 paper, then my cover is probably going to be somewhere around 6.5 to 7 when my pages folded in half are 6. Ooh, a blue stripe like that. And a red gingham like that. And a foil stripe. Okay, so that's white with a gold stripe. Oh, there's a neutral version of the signal flags. Okay, and then we've got, ooh, really churny in the wave break. And then, oh, that's a nice, I don't know what you call it. That's not plaid. That's, I don't know what that is. Feel free to give me a name. Or make up your own. Okay, that one. I'm running out of space again, guys. And we still have Ollies. I haven't even done Ollies yet. I'm wondering, ooh, this might have to be a 2-part haul. This one, oh, this one was like a carnival, like a summer carnival. I was trying to think of why I got this one. It reminded me of a summer carnival, and I felt like a lot of them would be, again, I've got some little golden books that are like circus, carnival, that sort of theme. And I thought these papers would be good. Cotton candy, popcorn, fun, colorful dots. They do have some sort of iridescent, it's not gold foil. It's like an iridescent shine on some of the dots. A fun stripe. Look at that. Winter tickets, good times tickets, admit one tickets, popsicles, popcorn, candy, cotton candy, a Ferris wheel. So, different color popsicles, balloons. See, I thought all of this would be really fun. There's the tickets by themselves. That's a fun plaid. It's like pinks and reds. Confetti, also with the iridescent shimmer on it. If you look at it, it's not quite, it's got like a rainbow shimmer to it. It's not just a plain shimmer, like a white shimmer. The banner flags also have it. These tickets have it. There's the dots. I'm wondering if this is supposed to resemble one of those, you know, those LED light signs that they have that you can change the letters because of the dot patterns. I don't know. That's a guess. That's what it reminded me of. First thing out of my brain when I looked at it. Merry-go-round. I was about to say Ferris wheel again. Sunglasses shaped like hearts. Here's a different red stripe. And then we've got the blue and green gingham. Balloons and confetti. Wider red stripe. Oh, and here's our cut-aparts. These are fun. Some of them have the foil, or not the foil, the iridescent shimmer thing. And some of them don't. Like this popsicle doesn't have any. The cotton candy here doesn't have any. Technically, this piece up here with the swings, that doesn't have any if you separate it from the ticket, and this Ferris wheel doesn't have any. So there are some that don't have it. The tent doesn't have it. The slides don't have it. The tickets seem to, and the banners do. Okay, and then here's this, and this has got the confetti and the stars shimmer. You see it sparkle as I lift it. Okay, so I liked this one. This one was a good one. And if I look and see that I have more books that need this than I bought, this one would be one I might go back for. These other two, definitely not that one. This one, maybe it would depend on what I use up. I got a Recollections beach pad from Michael's once before. It's been in a haul. I still have a bunch of it. You know what I might do, guys? I might split this haul. Okay, I'm going to say right now, sorry if you saw a change in the intro for this video. If it looked a little weird and the desk was already all full and I said hi or whatever. But I think I'm going to cut this short and I'm going to say this is a Hobby Lobby Michael's haul. Oh, also the antique shop. So I got this. This is fabric wallpaper. I don't know if you're supposed, I didn't read the directions and I didn't try to peel it. I don't know if it peels away from this paper. There's a piece of me that hopes it doesn't, only because if I want to use the paper to glue it down as a pocket, this would make a great liner for a pocket. And if it pulls away, then my worry is that it would peel later down the road and you would end up with a backing paper pocket and the fabric would be gone. I suppose I could put stitches in it and then it wouldn't peel away. But I like the idea of using this for things because it's got this paper back. And I thought the pattern was gorgeous. I don't know how much of it's here. It's part of a roll. It goes around the loop several times. Can you see? So I got that, and then I got this. Guys, I have never found a... This is from 1898. And as you can see, it's very delicate. You can see it's crumbling and falling apart. I bought this because if there's like cool turn of the century advertisements and things like that in it, I'm going to scan them. I'm going to get this out of here before it sticks to the pages and tears them any more than it can. Like, look at that. Oh, he's got a hole in him. Okay, so it's Ladies' Home Journal, the president's number of the Ladies' Home Journal. I don't know what that means. The anecdotal side of the president and Victor Herbert's President's March. I don't know. Anyway, it's really, really delicate. I mean, you can see. Look at that. I'm so excited. Toilet soap. That's funny. Okay, so we're looking at the Declaration of Independence as it is today, circa 1898. And the furniture, the casing or whatever that it was in. Now it's in some big vault. Okay, and then I don't know if I can flip through this with you or not. Some of this I'll just use for background paper on things. I mean, the wordings and stuff. But the advertisements, guys, I'm going to scan them. Winter coming to Boston. Or a winter night on the Boston Commons. I don't know. Does any of you know where the Boston Commons is? My guess is it doesn't look like this anymore. This looks like a story. A heaven-kissing hill. This is a story. Part 4, chapter 7. So maybe they gave you a part a week or a part a day. I don't know how often this came out. A month. July 1898. So a month. So you got a part of the story every month. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be splitting up this haul. Oh, music! The President's March. It's kind of cool. No words, just music. There's some advertisements down along here. Oh, I like the baby's picture one. Might have to try and scan that. If I take this stuff down to my scanner, it's gonna have to be really, really gently scanned. Oh, look, they show you how to making and trimming a hat. Wow. I mean, all these ads are so cool. And they make great layered backgrounds for making digitals. Not gonna lie. Look at the old boot. Look at that shoe. You can also print them out as little cards like you get in a Tim Holtz kit. So, all right, wait. Nestle Foods. I'm trying to see if there's anything else interesting in here. I'm not going to try and... I think I flipped 2 pages there, though. I just want to see. There's a cocoa and preserving jars. Chicken tamales. Look at these letters. That's cool. An Empress skirt. Guys, there's a corset ad. Here's some ladies in dresses. I might scan those and blow them up. I can turn them into... This is, I love this. You guys might get 2 big hauls in a row. Just because this took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I should know better, but I haven't done hauls in forever. I mean, look at this. Entire sheets of advertisements. Love it. Oh yeah. I'm going to be scanning. Okay. I'm going to be scanning and then I'll be using the sheets. And it's got a crease in it where I could probably pull and this whole thing would separate along that crease because the person had it folded. All right, guys, I'm going to clear this and we're going to come back for the Ollie's half of this haul. So this is part 1 of my huge haul. And I will see you in a few minutes, or go find the other video. I'm going to try and get these edited and out on the same day, so you should be able to go and find both of them. So go to part 2 and see what I found at the 3 Ollie's locations I went to. Hi guys. So when my hauls get big, I lose track of things. As you can see, I have cleared up. And then I was going through to prep for part 2 of this haul, all the Ollie stuff, and I found this bag from Hobby Lobby. This was all of they were doing 50% off on all their jewelry stuff again. So let's go through and find out what I got. I got some clear glass red beads. I'm just going to show you these real quick, and then I'll let you go again. I got these cute little gold bows. I mean, adorable, right? I got this size glass beads. So I got 2 different sizes on the red glass beads. You may ask, why are you so into glass beads? Well, I mean, red glass beads specifically. I also got these, which have, they're like the cracked, and they have some orange in them. So they're varying in their color. I like these. I also have these cracked varying color ones in like a blue, green color somewhere around here. The reason I got them though was because I also got these strawberries, which I thought were really cute. And apparently upside down. Whatever. And I got this chain of cherry charms, which again, really cute. And these look like these little glass beads almost. So I got these to use in, well, the calendar journal isn't done and there's cherries in it and I put strawberries in it. So we might use these for some charms on the calendar journal. All things depending. And yeah, that's what I was thinking when I got those. And then I got this. These are plastic, like kind of a, I don't know, but they have flat backs on the flowers. And I thought they would be fun to glue down. And then who doesn't like a good bow? Some of these bows I think are cuter than others, but I think that they would all be useful in some fashion or other. There's even a little tiny one up there, which I think is adorable. I think that's the only little, oh no, here's a pink little tiny one. So I got that. And then I got these. If you have watched the, I don't know if I mentioned it, watched the episode of the what did we make in our scrappy mess in our scrappy mess making stuff. I talked about embellishing the cover, the one cover that we decorated in that video. These were the things I got. I'm thinking I'm going to put this on that cover with some of these for extra embellishment. I think the colors go really nice with the mountain picture. So this will go on there like almost like a button embellishment or something. And then I'll put some of these roses in different places on the cover to kind of tie this rose in. And I thought that would finish off that cover piece nicely, which was why I bought these when I was out. So these were the last few things I found at that Hobby Lobby that I buried under all the Ollie stuff because the bag was so small. And that is finally going to do it, guys. Make sure that when you're done watching this one, run over to part 2. I mean, you might as well get popcorn. By the time you're done with this, it's going to be like watching a movie. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.